Okay, so following the same instructions as you did for the shield painting, taping your magnet onto the back of the shield, making sure you glue the front of this paper onto your second canvas, or if you don't want to do this drawing, you can also do this one. So you're gonna pick one of these, and you're gonna, same technique as with the shield, do a little bit of glue on the back, a little bit goes a long way, and you're gonna glue it on to the second canvas that you have. And again, you can choose which canvas you attach the magnets to. So, just a couple of things to show you. If you want the painting to represent you, then that's fine. And so you might adjust the things that I'm showing you based on what your face looks like. But what I'm gonna do here is just get a little bit imaginative, and I'm gonna use a pencil. You're gonna have a pencil in your kit, and I'm gonna show you how to draw some facial features in a very simple way. Of course, if you love to draw and you already know how to do this, please go ahead and get as realistic as you like. So, the eyes. Eyes are normally in line with the ears if you want them to kind of look realistic. That seems a little lower, but you'll see in a second. It's actually not that low. So I'm just gonna draw a light line there, and then I'm just gonna draw 2 almonds. And so basically it's kind of a C shape, but a little bit wider. Like, you don't want to go up too high. You want to just do a slight bump like that, right? And then if your eyes are smaller, you'll kind of take that in. If your eyes are larger, you make it wider. So you're gonna do one slight bump here and another kind of curve. Think of it as a small hill, right? And then you're gonna do the same thing as on the bottom. Here and here. So 2 almonds, right? So you can make it wider if your eyes are wider. You can bring it in small if your eyes are smaller. And then for the pupils, you just take 2 circles here and here. So again, you could just think of it, and then you can adjust. That's why you should use your pencil first, right? So you can adjust it however you want. And then if you want to add eyelids, you can do that too by adding another curve on top like that. And then you add your smaller circles in the middle, and which will be black. You can add eyelashes, whatever you want to do. But all you have to remember is almond with a circle in the middle. And those are how you basically do eyes. Now, for a nose, how I like to think of it is a J and 2 C's. So let me show you that. So the nose, it's usually as wide as the space between the 2 eyes. So we're gonna do a J that is pretty much that amount of space here. That's our J. And you can make the J lean more if your nose is shaped different, or you can make it, instead of a J, if your nose is pointier, you can make it even upside down 7, right? And you can change it based on how your nose is. But I'm gonna do a J because that kind of fits my nose. So there's your J. Then your C's. 1 C here, 1 C there. And then you can kind of erase some of it so that it doesn't look too weird. You can erase some parts here. And that's basically a nose, right? So you have 3 curves here and a line up here, right? And then finally the mouth. So again, the bottom of the mouth is going to be similar to how we did the bottom of the eyes, but it's going to be much wider. So something like that. And then you can change how thick the lips are, I should say, based on how thick your lips are. But I'm just gonna do kind of like an average. And that's the bottom lip. And then for the top lip, I'll kind of think of it as like a half teardrop, or a J. So another J shape, kind of like that. in this direction here, and then another J shape like that. And again, you can go back and change it based on how your lips look. So that's your basic nose, eyes, and mouth. One other thing I want to show you is, of course, we talked about how to make brown, and if depending on your shade of brown, you can add more white to that, or you can add more black, or you can add more blue to darken it as well, depending on what shade you are. But I'm just going to use that same brown as before, which again was a little blue, a little red, and more of the yellow. And that's just what we would have on there for brown, but I'm not going to paint the whole thing, just show you what that would look like. So for lips, you don't want to go straight into straight red because that would look a little bit bright. And so how you make the lips look a little bit dull is you take a little bit of the red and then clean your brush, take a little bit of the white here, and then if you're a boy and you don't want to have bright pink lips, you take a little bit of that brown that you made, just a little bit, and you mix that all together so that it's still red, but it's not a bright pink like a girl's lips. And you keep adding until it's a color that you like. Right, and then so those are lips, but they're not, you know, this crazy bright pink color. So those are some things I wanted to show you. But of course you can make the mouth open and smiling. You can add some eyebrows. Do whatever you want, but I just wanted to show you those things. And then if you won't have if you wanted to paint the crown slightly close to gold, you can do your red and yellow mixed together, but you would just want to add extra yellow so that it's close to like a gold color, kind of like that. And that's kind of the color you can have for your crown there. So it's not too bright of a yellow, but it's not all the way red either. But again, you can make your crown whatever color you like. So those are some things I wanted to show you for this one, but of course you can go ahead and paint the whole thing however you'd like to do that. So if you're choosing to do this drawing, this would generally be for the girls, but anyone can use this honestly. With this one, I wanted to show you a couple other things. So again, you want to use your pencil just so that you don't have to deal with too much painting over too many mistakes. So there's a couple of things I want to show you so that you can represent whatever hairstyle you have. So buns are the easiest. Of course, you just do a little fluffy circle, kind of like a cloud. Or if you have straighter hair, you can just do a round circle without too many of those curls. So that's one thing you can do. And I like that. That looks kind of cute with the crown to me. Right, that's one thing you can do. And then another thing you can do, of course, is your curls, which are easy. It's just a bunch of continuous S's. Or if you have a tighter curl pattern, you can kind of do this a continuous C, I would call it. It's kind of like a curvy thing. You can do that all throughout your hair. And if you wanted to do a full afro, honestly, I would suggest going straight into painting. And I'll just do that on the side here. Use that brown. I guess I have to make a little bit more. So again, that's the blue. Clean the brush. A little bit of the red. I'll just use a different brush. And then some of that yellow. Or if your hair is black, you can just go straight and use that black too. If you wanted to just do an afro, you can kind of take your brush and do this. I need to add a little bit more yellow here. You can kind of do that motion to get afro, and you can keep doing that over and over. And You can even add a little black in there and have a mix of colors so that it looks like a lot of texture. You can do that if you just wanted it to be afro hair. Now if you wanted braids, it's similar to these S curls over here, but you want to break and pick up your pencil between each curve of the braid. So you do one kind of wide C shape like that, another one there, another one, and you keep overlapping like this, and that kind of looks a little bit like a braid. Or you can kind of do it like this as well, and you can connect them like that. Whatever matches how your braids look. You kind of do something like this too. The key with getting your hair texture or your hairstyle is to just do the same pattern over and over. So those are a couple ways you can do different hair textures. I'm gonna choose one. I'm gonna give my girl 2 long braids, and we're gonna paint them together. So I'm gonna give her a little extra hair on the side here first. And then I'm gonna give her some ears because she doesn't have any ears. And ears are just, they're kind of like an upside down J. You hook up here, and then you kind of connect them down here with another line. I'm gonna add some more hair over here. And then remember those lines from before, but this time because I'm doing 2 large braids, I'm gonna do them really big. So one here, like that, and then I'm gonna even add it over here too, like this. All right, and then I can do that on the other side. And then I can keep adding so that her braids can look really thick. And then of course you can add, you don't have to do too much detail to get the idea of earrings if she has earrings, right? So I'm just gonna give her some large hoop earrings, right? On either side. And I'm gonna do this earring behind her hand like that. So then you can either just go ahead and paint, or you can use your marker and you can go over the lines that you did, so that even when you add your brown paint or whatever color paint you're gonna use, the lines of the braids that will still show afterwards. So let's just take some of this paint. And it doesn't even have to be brown or black. If you want to give your painting red hair, do that, because that might look nice too. So then you just paint it in like that. And then here she goes with her 2 little braids. Paint her hair up here too. And then instead of hoops, I'm just gonna give her those big earrings that are closed. I'm just gonna paint them yellow instead of giving her hoops. And so that would be one way, one of many ways that you can style the hair. And I'll just finish out this one too so you can see. So again, you could just use the brush, dab it down, and add multiple colors. The more color you add, the more it'll look like there's multiple textures in the hair, like that. So that's 2 ways you can do the hair. And then if you remember the eyes and mouth over here, you can change it however you want to match your face. And so those are some ways you can start out your other paintings.